Hello children, how are you? I hope you all are doing well and studying well. So children, don't you think EVS is very important? Because in EVS आपको अलग अलग चीज़ों की जानकारी मिलती है in one place, in one book itself, isn't it? So children, so far we have learnt about animals, the different animals, how they are used, for what they are used, their habitat. Now it's time to look at the teeth, beaks and claws in this chapter. Okay, so let's talk about these features of animals in detail. All right, so I know the beak of parrot is dash in color. Have you seen a parrot? क्या आपने तोता देखा है? तो उसके beak का color क्या होता है? Red. All right, the beak of duck is, what's the color of Donald Duck? And Donald Duck's beak, it's yellow. Okay, now like human beings, animals also eat different kinds of food in different ways. The shape and size of their teeth are different based on their food and feeding habits. So जैसे जैसे एनिमल का स्ट्रक्चर है उसके हिसाब से उनके अलग अलग खाने के तरीके होते हैं, दांत होते हैं. Alright, so now let's look at some teeth in some animals. Okay, let's look at the teeth of some of the animals. Okay, most of the animals have teeth like human beings to eat their food. The type of the teeth they have is suited according to the type of the food they eat. So जिस तरीके का खाना वो खाते हैं उसके हिसाब से उनकी दांतों की रचना की गई है. Alright, so teeth of herbivores. Herbivores की teeth कैसे होते हैं? Okay, animals like cow, buffalo, camel, deer and giraffe. ये क्या खाते हैं? ये खाते हैं grass या फिर पत्ते खाते हैं, leaves. Okay, they are called herbivores or grass eating animals. Now these animals, ये जो animals होते हैं, they have flat, broad front teeth to bite off leaves and grass. Now ये जो most of these animals, okay, they swallow their food and then later on bring it back to their mouth to chew it properly. तो कभी आपने काऊ को देखा है? ओके, हैव यू ऑब्जर्व, किसी गाय को देखा है आपने? ये गाय जो होती है आप देखो कि उसका मुंह हमेशा चलता ही रहता है, चलता ही रहता है. एंड यू विल ऑलवेज लुक एट दैट काउ एंड थिंक कि कितना खाती है, क्या खा रही है, इजंट इट? सो दैट इज द वे दे आर. व्हाट हैपेंस इज, पहले वो ग्रास खाते हैं, ओके, एंड देन आफ्टर दे चू इट लिटिल बिट और फिर वो swallow करते और then they again get it back to their mouth और फिर then again they start chewing it properly. Okay, now this process, okay, where the animal swallows the food and then later on brings it back, okay, to chew it again. Okay, this is called chewing the cud. And such animals, ये animals उनको कहलाया जाता है cud chewing animals. Okay, these animals have strong grinding teeth. These animals are also called ruminating animals. Ruminants भी कहलाते हैं उनके. Okay, but ये आप साइंस में बहुत डिटेल में इसके बारे में पढ़ोगे आप. Right? Now let's talk about carnivores. Teeth of carnivores. Carnivore animals क्या होते हैं? Animals like lion, tiger, fox and cat. Okay, they eat the flesh of other animals. तो इनके जो दांत होते हैं, okay, of these carnivorous or flesh eating animals, okay, they are sharp, pointed and they are curved front teeth to tear the flesh. तो आप ये जो lion है उसका face देखो, see, look at the way his teeth are, okay, they are sharp, pointed and curved front teeth, okay, जिसकी वजह से वो flesh को tear करने में उनकी help हो जाती है. Now their back teeth are broad and flat, which are used for chewing the flesh. Okay, now let's talk about the teeth of rodents. Rodents क्या होते हैं? जैसे mice, squirrel, okay, these are all rodents, rats and all. So animals like squirrels and rats, they have sharp front teeth to bite hard foods like nuts, fruits and seeds. They gnaw their food. Okay, तो आप कभी देखा होगा, observe करो squirrel कैसे खा रही है. Okay, now that is that process, the way that it's eating is known as gnawing the food. Okay, now teeth of snakes and frogs. Animals like snakes and frogs, they do not have chewing teeth. What happens is they swallow their entire food. Okay, वो just swallow कर लेते, gulp down कर लेते. Okay. Teeth of water animals. Some water animals are herbivores while some are carnivores. Some fish have more than 3,000 teeth. Crocodiles have peg-shaped teeth to swallow their food in chunks. Okay? देखो कितने सारे दांत है crocodile के मुंह के अंदर. Look at the picture of crocodile. Have you seen the picture of shark ever? See how many teeth it has. So some of the fish, they have around 3,000 teeth. Okay? Now birds. Birds do not have teeth. They have a beak to bite, crush, tear or chew the food. Now let's talk about the beaks of birds. Okay? Birds have different types of beaks depending upon the type of food they eat. Birds use their beaks to eat food, to carry building materials to make their nest and to protect themselves from their enemies. तो आप देखोगे ये birds क्या करते हैं, they peck the food through their beaks, okay? या फिर जब nest बनाना होता है तो वो twigs उठाने के लिए, sticks उठाने के लिए they use their beak. At the same time, अगर कोई दूसरा bird उन पे attack कर रहा है या कोई उनको छेड़ रहा है, then they will start attacking that other bird or animal or maybe human also through their beaks. Okay, now woodpecker जो होते हैं, they drill a hole in the trunk of the tree with the help of its beak. Their beaks are sharp and chisel shaped. They eat insects present in the wood of the trunk. Birds like sparrow, pigeon, crow and hen, they eat what? What do they eat? They eat grains and seeds. So they have short and hard cone shaped beaks which help them to crush nuts, grains and seeds and pick them up easily. तो उनकी जो बीक का शेप है छोटा होता है, शॉर्ट होता है और कोन की शेप का होता है. Okay, parrots have hard and curved beak for cracking nuts and hard fruits. Okay, flesh eating animals, birds. Okay, flesh eating birds like owl, eagle and vulture. What are they? They have strong curved beak for tearing the flesh. Okay, these birds are called birds of prey because they live on the flesh of other birds. Okay, the beaks of duck, they are flat and broad, having small holes on both the sides. Okay, the ducks take in muddy water that has insects and worms. When it picks up the food from the water, the holes, जो होल होते हैं उनमें से जो mud होता है या पानी होता है, it shifts और फिर रह जाता है only the food, that is the worms, okay, or the insects. Nectar sucking birds like hummingbird and sunbird, they have long and pointed beaks to suck nectar from flowers. Okay. Now children, let's look at a fact zone. A bird's beak continues to grow whole life. पूरी जिंदगी उनकी beak जो है वो बढ़ती रहती है. Okay. Birds like warblers, wrens and robins, they have beaks that help in picking up and holding on to insects. तो उनकी beak का shape देखो कैसे है, that it helps them to pick up, okay, and hold the insects. Now let's talk about the feet of birds. अलग अलग birds के अलग अलग तरीके के feet होते हैं. Okay, now they have a pair of feet with claws. A sharp, horny and curved nail-like structure in each toe is called claws. Claws help birds to catch and hold. What do they hold? The food. They hold, they walk, okay, they swim, they climb, they perch and they fight also with enemies or attackers through their legs. Okay, that is the claws. Okay. Now different birds have different types of feet and claws depending upon the perching and their feeding habit. उनके खाना खिलाने के habit के हिसाब से, perch करने के habit के हिसाब से उनके claws का shape depend करता है. Now let's look at perching birds. Some birds hold the branch of a tree very firmly to rest or even sleep at night without falling. They are called perching birds like crow, sparrow, pigeon and myna. They have 3 long toes in front and 1 at the back. Okay. तो ये जो मैना होती है या पिजन होते हैं, तो इनकी ये आर व्हाट आर दे होल्ड द ब्रांच ऑफ अ ट्री, ओके, वेरी फर्मली to rest or even sleep at night without falling. Okay, that's why they are called perching birds. Okay, so उनके जो toes होते हैं, they are like they have 3 long toes. जो पैरों की उंगलियां होती है ना, उनको कहलाते हैं toes. Okay, तो ये toes होते हैं, they are like 3 long ones. Okay, and they have one at the back. Now let's talk about flesh eating birds. Birds like eagle, hawk, vulture and owl, what are they? They are flesh eaters. These birds have very strong and sharp claws to hold and tear the flesh of their prey. तो इनके claws इतने strong होते हैं, इतने sharp होते हैं that they are able to catch a prey. Okay, they can actually hold a mongoose also and fly away with it. Okay, now let's talk about climbing birds. The parrot and woodpecker use their toes to climb up the tree. Okay, आप देखोगे वो ट्री पे चल सकते हैं होल्ड कर करके. So that is why they are called climbing birds. Scratching birds. Birds like peacock, hen and quail. They have hard claws on their feet. They scratch the ground. Okay, ground में वो scratch करके, okay, they scratch with their strong claws to bring out the buried food, seeds and insects. तो स्क्रैच करके ग्राउंड के अंदर से वो जो खाना मिलता है उनको, या फिर इंसेक्ट्स मिलते हैं या फिर सीड्स मिलते हैं, विच इज़ देयर फूड. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट स्विमिंग बर्ड्स. Birds like duck, pelican and swan, they are called swimming birds. Okay, they have 3 toes in front and 1 at the back. The toes are webbed. They use their webbed feet as flaps to swim. Okay, so इनके जो पैर है देखो आप, webbed है, joined है. Okay, इनके toes जो होते हैं, they are joined to each other. That's why they are called webbed feet. Okay, now wading birds. Wading birds क्या होता है? The birds that walk over shallow water. They are called wading birds, and some of these birds, they can stand on 1 feet. Okay, the crane, heron and paddy birds are wading birds. They have thin, long legs with wide spreading toes. Okay, now find out, ask your parents, which birds did they see around them when they were of your age? Okay, have the number of some of the birds become less? Are there some birds or animals which they cannot see anymore? So ask your parents about the information of such birds which are getting extinct. Alright, so do it yourself. Some birds may have same type of beak as they eat same type of food, but they have different kinds of feet. Write down the names of such birds. Alright, so you already have the hint and now you have to write the names. Alright, now remember, grass-eating animals have flat, broad front teeth to bite off leaves and grass. Flesh-eating animals have sharp pointed and curved front teeth to tear the flesh. Squirrels and rats, they have sharp front teeth to bite hard foods. Birds have different types of beaks depending upon the type of food they eat. Birds have pair of feet with claws. Now let's look at the word bank. Nectar. What is a nectar? It's a sweet liquid secreted in flowers. Okay. Perching is sitting on something high or narrow. And wading means walking through the water. So I hope children, now you know about these different qualities or features of birds, like their teeth, birds and animals also, like about their teeth. Okay, about the beaks of the birds. Now you know about the feet of the birds, right? So children, quickly reread this chapter and do the back exercises, and do look at some of the pictures of these beautiful birds and the different qualities or features that they have.